Hey guys, welcome to Moonlighting. Tonight we're checking out Bohemian Killing, a game I received the key from the developers, so thanks very much guys. It's apparently like a courtroom drama where you find yourself on trial and you need to try to get yourself innocent of killing someone, I think. I read a bit of the description. I didn't want to spoil too much for myself because I like coming into these things pretty clean. Apparently it was made by an actual lawyer, so expect everything to be about as authentic as possible when it comes to a courtroom case. I've never played a game like this before. I haven't played anything like Phoenix Wright before. Always meant to, just never honestly got around to it, so don't know if this kind of game is my cup of tea or not. But it's a good place to try, right? So let's go ahead and jump right in. New game, let's do it. This game adapts to the choices you make. Each lie can change the verdict for better or for worse. Paris, 1894. Alright, so this is apparently supposed to be like some kind of maybe steampunk version of Paris, so, you know, alternate universe scenario from what I read in the description. So remember that during your testimony you are not creating history. You are lying about what has already happened. In Bohemian Killing, there are hundreds of possibilities. You can frame other people, lie, manipulate evidence and witnesses, plead guilty, or even act insane. Alright, so we can basically take any road we want in this. Let's go.
She should be here by now.
Ooh. T to check time.
So let's get started.
1 to draw your dagger. Wait, what time was it? It's, well past 11. I think that's a bit of Latin inside the watch there. So 1 to draw my dagger. Whoa! Okay. Where we going? There are interactions that will skip time. Try it. By using the book on the table. But wait, I don't want to go ahead 15 minutes. Okay. Whoa. What's happening? What'd I miss? Hello? Whoa! That face. Where are your pants, lady? Okay, the animations. I mean, I get that this game is probably made by somebody who isn't a full-on developer, so excuse me if I do laugh at the animations a bit. It's not detracting from the game. It actually kind of almost adds to the charm a little bit. But it's kind of hilarious though. Alright. I guess I have no choice, ma'am. The game is not giving me an option in this widely all my choices matter situation, but we're doing it anyway. Okay. Whoa. She's a sprayer. Oh, nice credit roll. Okay, yeah, I can forgive the character animations in that. What was that?
Monsieur Eaton.
Oh, is that me? Hint, you can skip dialogues by holding E. During your testimony, it will skip a single dialogue line. During the cutscenes to the courtroom, you can skip an entire scene and begin your next testimony. Okay, I guess so. If you've played this a multitude of times, trying to get different routes so you don't just have to sit here and see the same thing over and over.
Monsieur Eaton, I'm talking to you.
Me?
I'm sorry, Monsieur le Président. I was thinking. Do you understand the indictment?
Not really.
But I have to ask the prosecutor to repeat. Monsieur Eaton, do you consider it to be a joke? You're charged with a serious crime. Please stay focused.
Sorry.
Monsieur Prosecutor, please continue.
I'm apparently having an existential crisis of non-existing.
I accuse Alfred Eaton of murdering Marie Capet on the 17th of October 1894 in Paris. That day, Alfred Eaton was at the theatrical premiere of Prométhée, Vol du Feu, which took place at Opéra Garnier. As it is apparent from the testimony of witnesses, the accused left at about 8:30 p.m., before the end of the banquet. At about 9:25 p.m., he rented a room in his name at the Caucasus Hotel,
Yeah, that
which
sounds
is
right.
adjacent to the building in which he lives. It was in that room that approximately at 11:16 p.m., Marie Capet was murdered.
Nope, didn't happen.
Next, the accused returned to his house.
That did
and
happen.
At about 10:05 p.m., he entered his apartment in the company of Marie Capet, or let her in. It results from the fingerprint analysis. It did not show the victim's fingerprints on the outer side of the door, only on the inner.
Well, there's
Alfred Eaton,
the
by
problem
means
there.
of deception or threats, led the victim to his secret workshop, which is located on the first floor of his apartment. The police report did not indicate any signs of struggle or resistance. The accused probably wanted to test on Marie Capet the prototype of a torture machine of his construction, which was in the room along with medical tools and manuals of torture.
This is blasphemy. That was a sex machine.
When Marie Capet realized what the accused intended to do, she grabbed a metal rod lying in the room and hit the accused on the head.
See, she assaulted me.
Which caused a real threat to his life and, according to doctors, may have caused unconsciousness. The fingerprints of Marie Capet's left hand were found on the rod, as well as Alfred Eaton's traces of blood. Traces of blood were also found on the floor of that room. At the time of his arrest, the accused had an extensive wound on his head, as confirmed by medical examination. Seizing the opportunity, Marie Capet fled from the apartment. She was stressed and in a hurry. This was confirmed by her numerous fingerprints secured on the inside of the door of the apartment of the accused. Then, Marie Capet ran into a nearby hotel, the Caucasus. It was the same hotel in which the accused rented a room. As it appears from the testimony of the clerk, Marie Capet was extremely stressed, repeating the word doctor and police. Probably she wanted to call for help. When the clerk went to get some water to calm Marie Capet, she disappeared. The next day, on the 18th of October, about 8:32 a.m., a maid found her body in a room rented by Alfred Eaton. It was covered with numerous fingerprints of the victim and of the accused, and had traces of the victim's blood.
So, there were fingerprints all over her own
The
body.
immediate cause of death was a severe blow to the abdomen in the liver area, with a blade of about 14 centimeters length.
See, I don't even know where the liver is. It's in her foot, right?
The murder weapon, constructed by the accused, was secured in his apartment. Marie Capet's unwashed blood stains were still present on it, as well as the fingerprints of the accused. The accused is also charged by the testimony of one of the neighbors, who passed the accused at the front door of the building in which they both lived at about 11:30 p.m. The witness testified that the clothing of the accused was stained with blood.
Oh, come on. He's just an asshole anyway.
The said clothes were not found. At the time of committing the alleged crime, the accused was sane, which means he acted consciously. For committed crimes, the accused shall be liable to life imprisonment or the death penalty.
Wait, or...
Has the accused finally understood the indictment? Oui, Monsieur le Président.
Yeah.
Does the accused plead guilty to the charges against him? Non, Monsieur le Président. Does the accused want to provide explanations?
Oui, Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, could I ask you for some conversation time with my client?
Of course. I just wish it would not take too much time. We've
Yeah.
already wasted too much of it.
I'm already
Monsieur
yawning
Hilton,
here.
please note that you can look through evidence at any moment. It is available by pressing tab. I
Oh.
will show the defense evidence to the court at the time of your uncovering during the testimony. It might surprise the prosecutor. If necessary, you can recall the string of events according to the prosecution by pressing the Q key. Will you need my help during testimony? I will give you
please.
my advice and remind you of important facts and events.
Yes, and also apologies for no subtitles. I didn't see an option for subtitles, so, it is gonna make commentary a little bit more difficult because I don't want to miss something that could be important to this, and so you guys don't miss anything either because of a lack of subtitles, so,
We are
maybe
ready,
I just missed it.
Monsieur le Président.
Then let's get started.
Alright.
Monsieur Eaton, what were you doing on October 17th, 1894, from 8 to 12 p.m.?
I don't remember
There
that.
was a theatrical premiere of Prométhée that day, which was sponsored by Le Feu, in which I am the lead designer.
Why am I-
Starting at 7 p.m., I was at the premiere at the Opéra Garnier. Around 8:30 p.m., after
you
the
up to?
play, I found that I did not want to attend the dull banquet, and instead I preferred to work. I said goodbye to Hugo Argent, president of Le Feu, and I drove home. I got there at about 9 p.m.
Okay. Wow. Lots of information going on there. I guess I can see why they allow you to skip it, which is good. Alright. Hang on. Let's see if... Weapon evidence. I don't think there was an option... But I need to turn the mouse sensitivity down, though. It was actually set to. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any options for subtitles. I would highly recommend subtitles, not only for sake of commentary, but for, you know, gaming access for people that, you know, maybe are deaf. Subtitles would be nice. Plus, I like to read subtitles too sometimes while I'm listening to audio. You know, it helps me pick up things I can't always hear, especially with these heavy French accents. Yeah, sometimes I zone out, so, alright. Anyway, here we go.
For
Here-
a moment, I admired the charms of Montmartre.
I did this. Yes. Alright.
I decided to go for an evening walk.
I did, and I
looked at slogans inciting to the new revolution written on the walls by the rabble. I read cultural announcements.
Alright, so it's gonna basically mention everything. I pondered the ivy. I saw nothing. Except a bird that I nearly stepped on.
For a moment, I admired the charm. I do not recall that now.
Oh?
I do not recall that now.
Oh, so if I like wander out of the area.
I do not recall that now.
Oh.
I looked at slogans inciting to the new revolution written on the walls by the rabble. For a moment, I admired the... I do
nope.
not recall that now.
I guess I have to... Alright, well, tell you what, the graphics are nice though, I like it. It's nice and silky smooth on the graphics.
I knocked, but no one answered. I knocked, but no one answered.
And it was
I knocked,
just this for
but
6
no one
goddamn hours.
answered. I knocked, but no one answered.
I took this plant and I chucked it through the window.
Later, I wanted to start the car and go for a ride, but it ran out of fuel. From
Yeah.
Opéra Garnier, I already returned on fumes.
I read the restaurant's menu.
Right? I'm gonna have a creme brulee. Where's it going? Whoa, hello! Ow!
I entered the Café de Paris cafeteria. I wanted to drink some good wine and eat a piece of cheese. A group of Parisian rabble tried to throw me out, screaming that there was no room for gypsy thieves. They beat me and threw me into the street. I was all covered in blood.
Oh.
Did you report this fact to police officers?
No, Monsieur le Président. I decided that it was not worth losing my time.
And why is that?
A second of my word is more important than a lifetime of each and every one of those plebeians. Besides, if I had reported it, I would have done them a favor.
What do you mean, Monsieur Eaton?
In jail, they would have had better living conditions than those holes that they call houses.
I understand. Please
He
return to your
understands.
testimony.
Oh, so that's how I got covered in blood. Oh. So that's my testimony on how I get covered in blood. I
For a
get it.
moment, I admired the charming streets of Montmartre. I do not recall that. For a moment, I admired the charms of Montmartre.
So, this is me playing out my testimony. This is, you know, I don't just tell the court exactly what I do. This is me, I'm telling them right now what I'm doing, but I'm playing it out.
I opened the door and entered my building.
So you can find interactions marked X minutes. It means use the object will skip time, indicated number of minutes. It's useful when you're waiting for an important event. Okay. So I'm covered in my own blood.
There was a letter for me from the Ministère de la Justice.
Okay. If you are covered in blood, you can wash off by taking a bath or changing your clothes. If you're drunk, it will pass spontaneously after a few moments.
Monsieur le Président, this is the evidence marked with number 2. It clearly shows that my client designed his interrogation machine with only the best intentions. According to his plan, it was supposed to be forwarded to the prosecutor's office and law enforcement agencies to improve the effectiveness of interrogation.
Yeah.
The prosecutor's suggestions that my client has supposedly intended to use this device to torture helpless women is hasty and completely untrue. This letter only proves that the accused was looking for application of his torture machine and had not found any support from Ministère de la Justice, so he decided to test it on an innocent woman.
Well, is that really a crime?
The
I mean,
court
really.
supports the view that the mere fact of an offer to the Ministère de la Justice does not constitute sufficient evidence that the allegedly accused acted in good faith when creating such a device. Monsieur Eaton, please go back to your testimony.
So unlocked evidence, okay. So remember that in order to arrange a credible line of defense, you will have to take time-lapse into account. Press T to access the watch. And match your own actions with the evidence. Press tab. String of evidence. Okay. So here's... Alright, so the murder weapon Zynia manufactured. So unique, found in a secret workshop of the accused, unwashed traces of blood found on it, as well as fingerprints. Alright, so the metal rod, which was found in my workshop, was probably part of some sort of invention. Traces of blood belonging to the accused. Fingerprints of Mary Carpe's left hand were found on the rod. Okay, so there's a lot of evidence here. Victim was found in the room, the police report, the fingerprints. Oops. Alright, my defense. Alright, so my defense is the letter. And no other defense. Alright, so supporting my full name. Alright. The victim's name. Right, from my parents, apparently. Alfred was a capable, not very attentive student. He was bullied at school because of his gypsy origin. Often he returned home battered. He helped his parents in their grocery store, but dreamed of a better life and a social advancement. A prototype of his vending machine was built at the back of the store. Soon, a wealthy investor offered Alfred cooperation. This is how the Thieu Company originated. With his first money, he bought an apartment in Paris. He planned to buy a second for his parents. Alright, and her parents' testimony. She was the best student in class, never caused any problems. Well, there you go, right there. They're always the ones that are about to snap, right? She was quiet and peaceful. Parents do not know that the daughter maintained contact with Ethan. However, they remember that they attended the same school as children. Marie went to Paris because in her small town there was no prospect for any success. She got hired in the house of a wealthy Parisian, Monsieur Brousseau, and she lived there. She despised Ethan, considered him a thief and a swindler who made money on poor people. She was right-handed. Oh, there you go, right-handed. Agent's testimony, Hugo's apartment. Okay, so there's a lot to go on here. I'm not gonna cover all this.
I noticed that my neighbor's bicycle still cluttered the hallway.
Asshole, see, I told you.
Then I opened the door. I looked at posters on the bulletin board.
I can go shopping. Oh, nice. Oh, I can get poison. No. Fromage. Okay, can I get some fromage? Okay.
I bought a few things from my vending machine.
Okay.
I stopped to read the announcement.
And then I went home.
I opened the elevator grate. I took the elevator to the first floor.
All right. This is Europe, remember? So floors, much to my chagrin, if you're American, floors start on 0 in Europe. So yeah, I still contest that. You can't have no floor. That's not a thing. There's no floor 0.
I opened the elevator grate. I wanted to turn off the lights in the hallway, but the switch still did not work.
Ugh. See, look at this hellscape I live in.
I knocked, but no one answered.
Hello?
I knocked at Monsieur Brissot's door, and he called back after some time. Do you always visit your neighbors at
Absolutely.
such odd hours? Monsieur Brissot is the only neighbor I like. I believe with reciprocity. He goes to sleep late, and sometimes we like to argue about politics and the influence of La Révolution on today's France. Please, return to your testimony.
Aw. But we played arm wrestling, and where the hell am I now? Oh, am I in his place?
I opened the door to the living room.
Alright, so talk to him for 10 minutes.
For a good 10 minutes, I talked to Monsieur Brissot. And again, we had an argument about La Révolution. Monsieur Brissot felt regret that in modern France, the high birth was no longer relevant. Also, he boasted that he had hired a maid. I do not know where he found the money for her salary.
Is she cooking bacon?
I did not see any effects of her work. His apartment was a mess, as usual. Wasn't that an odd thing for you? Yes, Monsieur le Président. If someone hires a servant, one can expect order. And in this apartment, there was none. Did your neighbor say anything else about the maid? Yes, I was going to say it. It turned out that it was Marie Capet, my old classmate.
Ah.
We grew up in the same city, and I had not known that she had moved to Paris. So you admit that you knew the victim?
Well, yeah.
Oui, I knew who she was.
Of course. Okay, so an important event is coming at 21:25. The accused rented a room on his name at the Cocos Hotel, which is adjacent to the building in which he lives. In that room, at approximately 11:16, McCarthy was murdered, supporting evidence, clerk's testimony, and the guest book. So, do I need to be there? Oh, wait, okay. So I'm supposed to be at these places and I'm not there. So I'm completely botching. I guess maybe I'm botching this because I'm not providing the testimony. Okay. So at 21:25. Okay. Can you do this? What time is it? Okay, I got like 10 minutes to get where I need to go. Is she cooking bacon in here or something?
I was curious to see behind the door, but did not want to offend my host by nosing around.
Well, no.
I knew how he is attached to the etiquette. Then I opened the door and left the apartment.
Okay, I'm probably botching the shit out of this.
I decided to use the stairs instead of the elevator.
So, okay, this is where I live.
I opened the door to my apartment and entered.
So I have to hit these time markers, I think. Maybe. Unless I just totally screw up my story, right? Because if I'm not where the testimony says I was supposed to be, then I'm lying, correct? Yeah, this'll mess up my testimony because now I'm late to where it said I'm supposed to be. Alright. So I rented the room at 21:25, but now it's past time, isn't it? Yes, now it's 9:30.
I opened the door and walked out into the stairwell.
So now I'm getting the story incorrect. Maybe I shouldn't have washed the blood off. Yeah, I keep forgetting that's...
I called the elevator.
But decided to take the stairs.
I decided to use the stairs instead of the elevator. I called the elevator.
But then took the stairs again.
I opened the inner door. Then, I opened the door and stepped outside.
Alright, so I'm gonna be late to my own appointment. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, go back in here. Hi, guys! Oh, there we go again.
I entered the Café de Paris cafeteria. I wanted to drink some good wine and eat a piece of cheese.
I tried it again.
A group of Parisian rabble tried to throw me out, screaming that there was no room for gypsy thieves. They beat me and threw me into the street. I was all covered in blood.
Monsieur Eaton, why did you walk into the same cafe where you had previously been attacked?
I was hoping that this or similar rabble wouldn't be there anymore, and I would be able to drink wine peacefully.
Alright, so this is...
I opened the door and entered the building where my apartment is.
Oh no, wait, this is where my apartment is. Oh, damn it. And then I walked right back out.
I opened the door and walked out into the street.
Oh, I can run too.
For a moment, I admired the night. Do not recall that. I entered the nearby hotel for cases.
So now the times are wrong. Right? Yeah, see, it's late now.
clerk noticed my state, but the rules of savoir-vivre did not let him make any commentary. I wanted to rent a room in a hotel, but the clerk said that a room had already been rented in my name. He said it's on the top floor and gave me a spare key. I must add that the conversation with this man was not held at about 9:25 p.m., as according to his testimony, but at a different time.
Monsieur Eaton, do you claim that you did not rent that room?
Oui, Monsieur le Président. But I knew it could not be a coincidence. The name Ethan is not that common.
So you tried to learn more from the clerk?
Yes, however, he hid behind his professional secrecy. I knew he wouldn't tell me a thing.
I do not understand one more thing. You live next to the hotel, so why did you want to rent a room there?
Sometimes I meet up with some girls of the Moulin Rouge, and due to my reputation, I prefer not to do it in my apartment.
Yeah, plus
Did
the
you
walls are
meet
thin.
Marie Capet face to face?
No, Monsieur le Président, never.
I understand. Please continue.
He's just gonna let me do this. Alright, and then I washed up in the fountain.
Next, I threw a few francs to the fountain in the hotel. I threw a coin into the fountain of the hotel lobby.
I just emptied
Next,
my pockets.
I threw a few francs to the fountain in the hotel.
Alright, so next we got a hint. Let's see. So we missed that one, right? So at 10:05, the accused entered the apartment of the company mark. Okay, he probably wanted to test the prototype. Okay. So I guess this... Oops. Alright.
I opened the elevator grate. Then I took the elevator.
What floor was it on? I don't remember.
I opened the elevator grate.
I think it was on the top floor, right?
I tried the door handle to the hotel room, but it was closed.
So then I tried it again. Hello? This took
I
me
read
15 minutes.
cultural announcements.
Alright.
I tried the door handle to the hotel room, but it was closed. Then I called the elevator.
Alright, so it's oh wait, no. It's earlier. I just realized that. Did I read the time wrong? Oh yeah, it's not even 9 o'clock, so we've done everything early.
I opened the elevator grate. Then I took the elevator to the second floor.
I thought I was late. I read my clock wrong.
I opened the elevator grate. Then I opened the door.
Okay.
I tried the door handle to the hotel room, but it was closed.
Why did you want to open that door?
Why not?
I'm ashamed to admit, but I forgot which room I had rented.
I understand. Please continue your testimony.
Yeah, which room did I... None of these even have room numbers on them. How am I supposed to know?
I opened the door and entered the room.
Okay. Alright. Well, here we...
I drank some decent champagne.
Finally. And I drank some more.
I drank some decent champagne.
And I get totally sloshed.
I drank some decent champagne. I drank some decent champagne.
Okay. I'm totally sloshed right now.
I was tired after the banquet, so I immediately went to sleep. I was even too tired to undress.
Is it all you want to testify, Monsieur Eaton?
Oui, Monsieur le Président.
And so I close the hearing. It is time to present your positions.
Oh, so, alright. Because I say I didn't do anything else, so I have to follow a certain path of events and then try to, tell a slightly different case?
Monsieur le Président, the accused tried to trick himself off the responsibility. He used cunning rhetoric, trying to hide more and more of his new lies. However, in view of the evidence presented by the prosecutor, I have no doubt that Alfred Eaton, defendant who appeared today before the court, murdered Marie Capet in cold blood.
Well, this is hearsay.
Please, let the High Court not be deceived by his tearful stories.
I will
about
kill
a
all of
poor
you.
gypsy from the country who gained his success with hard work, and which Marie Capet so cleverly tried to destroy. It was the accused who destroyed the life of a poor girl and her family with full premeditation. And what did that poor girl do to deserve such cruel fate? She was
She got
searching
mouthy.
for a better life, and was employed as a maid in the same building in which a dangerous psychopath lived.
Well, yeah, but she hired him, or he hired
According to
her.
the prosecution, the accused is guilty, Monsieur le Président.
I'll kill you!
Therefore, I apply for recognition of Alfred Eaton, defendant who appeared today before the court, guilty of all charges against him.
I'll kill
and
you!
For imposition of the death penalty by beheading on the guillotine.
I'll put you on my machine and destroy you!
Monsieur le Président, Monsieur Prosecutor used a lot of high-flown words. However, during the preparation of indictment, he made many mistakes. As to the hotel room, my client had rented the room in the Caucasus Hotel on the night of the murder. However, as he testified, he had planned a meeting with a prostitute, not to murder Marie Capet. As to the alleged attempt to use the torture device on the victim, my client did not intend to use his interrogation device, which the prosecutor describes as a torture machine, neither on Marie Capet nor on anyone else.
Well, maybe the prostitute.
This is indicated by the letter sent by my client to the Ministère de la Justice with a proposal of a lawful use of the equipment to serve the law as well as society. It is important to emphasize the relationship of Marie Capet and my client. According to the testimony of the victim's parents, she felt a deep resentment and contempt, both for my customer and for his work and success. As to the meeting with Marie Capet in his apartment, my client has never met with Marie Capet in his apartment. We do not know where Madame Capet's fingerprints inside of that apartment came from. As for Alfred Eaton's weapon, please note, Monsieur le Président, that my client testified that he had not had the murder weapon on himself. The knife was in his secret workshop all that time. Everyone could have stolen it and then dropped it off. As for the murder, as my client testified, he did not kill Marie Capet. So, who did? As for the testimony of the neighbor who saw Alfred Eaton entering the building covered in blood, according to my client's testimony, that meeting had never taken place. So the witness made a false testimony. Taking into account the evidence from the neighbor's opinions, the witness might have had a motive.
Exactly.
An aversion towards my client.
Told you he was an
and
asshole.
Racial prejudice. Thank you, Monsieur le Président.
Alright, so I'm off the hook, right? Okay. Oh. Oh.
Monsieur Eaton, the French Gypsy Association wishes to send you support and condolences for the persecution caused by your gypsy origin. We are aware that it was the main cause of your indictment. We offer you a safe haven if you decide to leave the prison in less official way.
Oh.
One of our persecuted members, who had also been imprisoned in the prison de la Santé, mentions the decayed walls in most of the cells. Maybe you could use this information. Signed, X.
Oh, I can escape.
You ridiculous scum. You can be sure that you will take responsibility for what you have done to our daughter. You will be beheaded, and even neither your millions nor your connections will be able to help you.
Well, apparently the
Is the
gypsies.
stolen money not enough? Is your wrongdoing to all these poor people not enough? You had to tear everything away from us, including our only daughter.
Well, you should have had more.
Death to the rich.
Oh, now
Vive la
see,
nouvelle révolution.
that's just racist.
Michel, I am in a deep regret that you had to stand before the court accused of such a terrible deed. I assure you that I deeply believe in your innocence and will do my best so that you can continue to work for the glory of Le Feu and toute la France. Cordialement, Hugo Argent.
So I wonder if the letters maybe. Hang on, can I? Do I get out? I don't want to sleep for 10 hours. I get the fuck out of here. Said there's decayed walls, right?
Cher fils, your father and I are quite sure that you did not do it. You couldn't have. We love you, and we are waiting for you at home. Please leave this cursed Paris and return to your home parts. Mama et Papa.
I'm gonna
Yes.
try.
Papa asks you not to mention the hotel guest book. Apparently you know what that means?
Oh,
Cher, your father and I are praying for you, and we believe that the court will be merciful. Maman et Papa. Postscriptum. Papa is sorry that it did not work as he had planned.
huh? Okay, get... let me out. So can I not, like, there's the decayed walls. Can I not, like, try to get my escape? Ooh. Hello? Ooh, I'm breaking free. Come on. Oh, come on. What, really? There we go. Let's get that. Come on. Damn, they're wedged. Come on. Oh. Oh, wow, I can just... Shoddy workmanship here, guys. I'm free! I'm breaking out of here. Okay, this is cool. I can actually break out of fucking prison. I'm out, bitches. I'm going through the vents. Wow, this is totally unexpected. Oh. Yeah, that would probably kill me if I dropped down there. Oh. Okay, I'm trapped in the vents. Maybe I can... Yeah, I can. Where's that ladder? I can't get out. I'm trapped. Oh, I guess I do want to go down. All right, I'm going down. Ow. No, that's fine.
Tell me, Ravachol, where did you find the bombs? You landed on the guillotine, you damn ass. Where are the bombs?
Lousy thieves. They are using my interrogation device. They must have copied my prototype, the one I sent. Oh, let them rot in hell. I'm getting out of here.
What the shit? Holy crap! This is taking a turn This is taking a turn I did not expect at all. Can I get out? Hello? I'm trapped in the vents. I think there's a cat in here with me. Oh, here we go. Pound this thing into the ground. Hello? Oh, that's the guillotine. Ugh, they didn't even wash it. What the fuck? Okay. Oh. This is gonna hurt. Oh, I can like... Nope, no, it's fine. Alright, I got some tools. I'm gonna kill any motherfucker that gets in my way. Oh, I can break open the lock. Jesus Christ! Holy hell! I escaped. Wow. I did not... Oh, I escaped to America even. Wow, that was an unexpected turn. I didn't think I'd actually be... I figured if I got indicted and sent to prison, that would be the end. They actually gave me an escape scenario. Nice. So I escaped from prison, getting 1 of 9 endings. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Okay. So I think I kind of get the mechanics now. So basically, yeah, the mechanics are, you know, I have to be at certain places at certain times or try to render things a bit differently. That was totally unexpected. That's actually quite nice. A very interesting experience. I know it's a bit long of an episode, but man, okay, that was pretty neat. This is actually pretty good. It's something different than I expected. Holy crap, this is nice, and the graphics were good. My only complaint is lack of subtitles. I think it does need subtitles, but other than that, maybe there's something they can add in later. But man, this is pretty good. So, all right, Bohemian Killing with multitudes of different endings. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this, because I actually wouldn't mind playing more of this. Maybe either do a series on it to try to get the other endings, or maybe even live stream it, since I'm live streaming a lot these days. Just let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. So, alright guys, well, this has been Moonlighting with Bohemian Killing. A pretty solid and good game. And, alright guys, well, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.